Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Good job.
Uncle Asafa.
Justin Gatlin's nephew just issued a bold challenge, and it's reigniting one of track and field's greatest rivalries. During a training session with his Olympic champion uncle, the young sprinter declared himself ready to take on the children of Usain Bolt and Asafa Powell. Captured on video showcasing impressive drills, his raw talent hints at a new generation of sprint showdowns. Is the next great rivalry already in the making?
What makes me strive is the fact that they talk all the time. I love competition. So when you talk and tell me what you're gonna do, all it makes me want to do is work harder.
Uncle Asafa.
Move on, move on, smooth on. There you go. Nice. Yeah.
Uncle Usain. Raise your kid.
The youngster proclaimed with surprising confidence while training in Gatlin's backyard, where the former world champion has been grooming his nephew to follow in his footsteps. This adorable yet determined challenge has quickly captured the imagination of track fans worldwide, who are entertained by the idea of a next-generation showdown between the offspring of three legendary sprinters who defined an era of track and field. Gatlin himself added fuel to the budding rivalry with his playful Instagram caption, "Uncle at Asafa Sub 10 King, Uncle at Usain Bolt definitely past 24-hour response time, but we gearing up number nephews LOL." This lighthearted taunt suggests that while the senior rivalry may have concluded on the track, a new chapter could begin through their children. A prospect with fans reminiscing about the epic battles between these sprint titans.
What sort of start will he get? Well, certainly a tremendous start by Gatlin further out and Bolt into his stride now. Those two coming clear of the field now, and it's Gatlin and Bolt. And who's going to win it? It's very close, but it's the great man, I think. It's Bolt who's taken it from Gatlin. He's found the speed when he needs it. Who could almost doubt it? We knew it would be close. It was close, but the clock...
The backdrop to this emerging family rivalry is the historic competition between Gatlin, Bolt, and Powell, particularly the dramatic showdowns between Gatlin and Bolt that produce some of track and field's most memorable moments. 2017 World Championships remain etched in track and field history.
Well, it's a clean start. It's a good start by Coleman. The American's flying in lane number 5. It's the American leading the Jamaican at the moment. It's going to be Coleman, but on the outside in lane number 8, unofficially 9.94 seconds.
The 2015 Beijing World Championships produced perhaps the most dramatic chapter in their rivalry. Gatlin entered the competition on a 28-race unbeaten streak and was considered the clear favorite, appearing to relish his role as the sports villain following his return from doping suspensions. In the Bird's Nest Stadium, the same venue where Bolt had announced himself to the world, expected the Jamaican to prevail given his troubled build-up to the championships. Yet in what many experts consider his greatest performance, Bolt somehow found a way to overcome Gatlin in the final meters, claiming victory by the slimmest of margins, just 1/100th of a second. Bolt's winning time of 9.79 seconds was well off his world record, but the victory represented something far more significant than numbers on a clock. As BBC athletics expert Michael Johnson described it, "I'm amazed. This is Usain Bolt's best race ever. He knew it was a completely different set of circumstances for him. He'll be most proud of this win without a doubt. It's not about technique, it's about running for your life."
And this was Michael watching the race. Where are we all looking? We're all looking in different directions. You couldn't quite believe it, could you?
I mean, what was so amazing, I couldn't believe that he was able to shut down with 10 meters to go and still break the world record at the Olympic final. I mean, going back to what I was saying before, I mean, when has anyone ever shut down on people in the Olympic final? That was the best in the world. There's nobody out there. There's no, there may be someone out there, in the jungle somewhere, there's no athlete out there that can compete with him. I mean, So what he just did was amazing, and what Colin said is true as well. I mean, he is a global superstar now.
That heartbreaking defeat in 2015 was so emotional for Gatlin that it brought him to tears, a rare vulnerability that the American sprinter recently acknowledged during an episode of his Ready, Set, Go podcast. When guest Andrew Martin apologized for how he had portrayed Gatlin in a video about that race, Gatlin responded graciously, "I've talked about that story where it was the only race that brought emotions out of me." This admission reveals just how much that razor-thin defeat affected him at what should have been the pinnacle of his career.
Worried about
So
you
you
right
did spit in this man lane.
Yeah.
Listen,
I'm
bro.
telling you, I could never forget, man. It was
So the
Zagreb.
rumor is true.
I could
Justin
never forget.
spitting in
It was our
people's
first
lanes.
race
This is
we
crazy.
ever ran together in Zagreb.
I
could never
remember
forget.
the race.
Do you
Yeah.
apologize for spitting?
I apologize. I apologize.
It's not even anything bad.
No. I
It was
just,
just
you know, I do it.
competing.
I do him like that, though. I do
Yeah.
He always hard on me.
always hard on him,
He
though.
my MJ.
However, Gatlin would eventually have his moment of redemption. At the 2017 World Championships in London, he stunned the track world by defeating Bolt in what would be the Jamaican's final individual 100-meter race. Against all expectations, the 35-year-old Gatlin, competing in lane 7 and virtually unnoticed by the crowd focused on Bolt, powered through to take gold in 9.92 seconds. Despite being booed throughout the championships, Gatlin had his revenge in spectacular fashion, putting a finger to his lips as he crossed the line ahead of young American Christian Coleman, 9.94, and Bolt, who had to settle for bronze.
And I smiled because I understood that he's just trying to intimidate me, but I'm not.
Although that victory was controversial given Gatlin's history of doping suspensions, he avoided a life ban after his second positive test in 2006 by cooperating with authorities. It demonstrated his remarkable longevity and competitive spirit. Now retired from competitive athletics after announcing his departure on his 40th birthday, 6 years after becoming the oldest man to win an Olympic medal in a non-relay event, Gatlin has found a new role mentoring the next generation, starting with his nephew. The mutual respect between these sprint icons remains evident despite their fierce competition. In an episode of The Fix podcast, Bolt acknowledged Gatlin as his greatest rival, noting that their competition spanned a longer period than his rivalries with other sprinters. For me, Justin, because I think we competed over a longer span for a while. For a span now, like 5 years. With everybody, it was like 2 years, 1 year, Bolt explained.
So that was the thing. He's a master. So I give that out to Justin, and Coach also Justin's a true competitor.
He
so
was
like somebody that you have to put the respect when it comes to competing and working. He's a man.
This relationship was further illustrated during Bolt's final race, where Gatlin reportedly told Bolt that he didn't deserve the boos from the crowd. Despite the narrative of their rivalry often being characterized as a battle between good and evil, with Gatlin cast as the villain due to his doping history, the reality was always more complex, reflecting mutual respect between fierce competitors who pushed each other to greatness. While Bolt and Powell have yet to respond publicly to the Nephew's challenge, track fans are already speculating about the potential of a future showdown between the children of these sprinting greats. Bolt, who has 3 children with partner Cassie Bennett, and Powell, who has multiple children, including a son who has shown interest in athletics, could potentially see their legacies extended through a new generation of track stars. The training video of Gatlin's nephew reveals a comprehensive approach to development, with the young boy navigating obstacles and pushing weights under his uncle's watchful eye. This structured training at an early age mirrors how many track greats began their journeys, raising the possibility that this playful challenge could someday evolve into actual competition. For track and field fans, the prospect of seeing the Gatlin-Bolt-Powell rivalry renewed through their children carries special significance. The original rivalry defined an era for the sport, providing thrilling competition and compelling storylines that transcended athletics. As Gatlin guides his nephew through the early stages of athletic development, he brings with him not just technical knowledge, but sweet victory on track and field's biggest stages. The emotional journey from tears after his 2015 defeat to redemption in 2017 offers valuable lessons about resilience and perseverance that transcend sports. For now, this adorable challenge from Gatlin's nephew stands as a charming reminder of how athletic legacies can extend beyond careers and potentially across generations. It also offers track fans a nostalgic connection to one of the sport's greatest rivalries, while hinting at exciting possibilities for the future. As Gatlin playfully notes in his social media post, the 24-hour response window has passed for Bolt and Powell, but the training continues, suggesting this story may have many more chapters to come.
Feel, right, drive, set. Where you pick up from? Where that can benefit you? Yes, you pick. Not even fractionally big.
Usain Bolt just revealed a shocking secret behind his record-breaking speed, and it's not what you'd expect. The 8-time Olympic gold medalist admitted he hated one of the key routines that kept him at the top. In a recent video, Bolt shared footage of himself taking an ice bath, a recovery method he despised but relied on throughout his career. It was painful, uncomfortable, but absolutely essential to his dominance on the track. This is a side of Bolt you've never seen before.
Well, let's get you both in.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I gotta take my socks off.
Uh-huh.
How is it?
It's warm.
Oh, you got to be kidding me. I don't know. Oh, dear God. Well, it looks like he won to me. I don't even know what we doing.
People pray this. I work out for a couple of weeks now, and I can't feel the lactic in my muscles, you see me. So one thing I always hate when I'm on the track, I can't believe I'm going to do this right now. Pray this ice bath. Bolt shared in his recent social media post, showing himself grimacing as he lowered into the frigid water. The retired Jamaican sprint legend followed this with a caption that revealed the true secret behind his world record performances. If you want to be great, this is the stuff you have to do even when you don't want to. My coach would be proud of me right now. This candid admission offers a rare glimpse into the less glamorous side of athletic greatness that fans rarely witness. While spectators across the globe marveled at Bolt's speed and showmanship on the Olympic stage, few realized that behind every lightning-fast performance was a disciplined athlete willing to endure uncomfortable recovery methods he personally disliked. The contrast between Bolt's public persona, joyful, relaxed, and seemingly carefree, and his behind-the-scenes commitment to uncomfortable recovery protocols adds complexity to our understanding of his success. This willingness to embrace discomfort rather than relying solely on natural talent or physical gifts appears to be what Bolt now considers his true competitive advantage, challenging the narrative that he succeeded primarily through genetic good fortune. For young athletes watching Bolt's meteoric rise to fame, this message about the importance of discipline and recovery could prove far more valuable than technical advice about sprinting form or race strategy. The reality that even the most naturally gifted athlete in sprint history credits his success, partly to uncomfortable recovery methods, sends a powerful message about what truly separates champions from competitors. Bolt's revelation suggests that the secret to athletic greatness often lies not in what happens during the moments of glory captured on camera, but in the unglamorous, uncomfortable work done when no one is watching.
That was another pick start by Bailey.
But wait, there is more. The timing of Bolt's revelation is particularly interesting. It comes several years into his retirement, which began after the 2017 World Championships, where he finished third in the 100-meter final. Despite stepping away from competitive racing, Bolt has remained connected to the sporting world through various appearances, talk shows, and commentary on current athletes. His continued engagement with training and recovery protocols, despite no longer competing professionally, demonstrates a genuine passion for physical fitness that transcends competition, suggesting his athletic career was driven by more than just the pursuit of medals and records. This commitment to maintaining his physical condition years after his final race provides further evidence that Bolt's success stemmed from an authentic dedication to his craft rather than merely a desire for fame or accolades. For current athletes chasing his seemingly untouchable records, Bolt's ongoing commitment to proper training and recovery, even in retirement, sets an example of the lifelong dedication required to truly excel. Of what the body needs to perform at its best. This perspective on athletic development as a lifelong journey, rather than merely a means to competitive success, offers valuable wisdom for athletes at all levels of competition.
Set.
Asafa, Powell ist der Schnellste aus den Blöcken. Jetzt kommt er. Und jetzt ist Usain Bolt nicht zu halten. Nein, er gewinnt. 9.
Bolt's accomplishment of winning both the 100-meter and 200-meter titles at 3 consecutive Olympic Games, 2008, 2012, and 2016, remains unmatched in sprint history. His world records of 9.58 seconds in the 100 meters and 19.19 seconds in the 200 meters, both set at the 2009 World Championships in Berlin, have proven untouchable by subsequent generations of sprinters, despite significant advances in technology, training methods, and competition opportunities. These achievements have cemented his status as not just a legendary athlete, but as someone who fundamentally changed what scientists and coaches believed was humanly possible on the track. The longevity of his record speaks not only to their exceptional quality, but also to the comprehensive approach Bolt took to his training and recovery, including embracing uncomfortable methods like ice baths that helped him maintain peak performance over multiple Olympic cycles. While many sprinters have shown brief periods of brilliance or isolated exceptional performances, Bolt's ability to maintain world-beating form across 3 Olympic Games showcases the effectiveness of his comprehensive approach to preparation and recovery. The fact that even with technological advancements in equipment, nutrition, and recovery methods, today's elite sprinters still cannot approach his best times suggests that Bolt's willingness to do the uncomfortable work others might avoid gave him a competitive edge that technological progress alone cannot overcome. Recent appearance on the Ready, Set, Go podcast with Justin Gatlin and Rodney Greenbolt provided further insight into his competitive mindset during his record-breaking races. When discussing his first world record performance at the 2008 Reebok Grand Prix, where he ran 9.72 seconds to defeat record holder Tyson Gay, Bolt revealed, "I didn't even look at the clock though. If you watch the race when I got to the 200 meters when I was doing the lap, and then was when the announcer said, yeah, it's official, it's a world record. And I was like, you know me, that was when I actually heard." This account reveals another surprising aspect of Bolt's success. His focus on beating competitors rather than chasing times. Didn't even know that, because when I ran across the line, I was just happy to beat Tyson Gay. That was my main goal going there. It was pure competition for me. Bolt explained, this competitive mindset, combined with his willingness to endure uncomfortable recovery methods like ice baths, created the perfect formula for his unprecedented success.
Like, you literally do a victory lap. On the backside Icon Stadium, there's nobody on the backside Icon Stadium. You literally still ran around the whole track.
I didn't even look at the clock, though.
You knew you won.
When I got to if you watch the race, when I got to the 200 meters, when I was doing the lap, and then was when I heard when the announcer said, yeah, it's official, it's a world record. And I was like, you know what I mean? That was when I actually heard it was a real, I didn't even know that. Because when I ran across the line, I was just happy to beat Tyson. Hey, that was my main goal going there. I didn't care about anything
So it
else.
was just pure competition for you.
It was pure competition for me.
The insight into Bolt's relationship with ice baths adds a human dimension to a sprinter who often appeared superhuman on the track. His admission that he always hated this recovery method, yet recognized its importance, shows that even the most naturally gifted athletes must embrace discomfort and disciplined routines to maximize their potential. This message resonates beyond sports, suggesting that greatness in any field requires doing necessary but unpleasant tasks, rather than only focusing on the aspects one naturally enjoys. As new sprint stars emerge and chase Bolt's seemingly untouchable records, the willingness to do what others won't, particularly the uncomfortable, unglamorous aspects of training and recovery, may be the true differentiator between good athletes and legends. For fans and aspiring athletes alike, Bolt's secret to success provides an important reminder that behind every moment of glory are countless hours of discipline and discomfort that the public rarely witnesses. Gout Gout just shook up the track world with a jaw-dropping performance, smashing Olympic champion Noah Lyle's personal best in the 400 meters at just 17 years old, clocking an unreal 46.20 at Brisbane's Joanna Stone Shield meet. He's now the fastest U18 Australian in this event in 35 years. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Despite dominating the 400 meters, Gout Gout isn't planning to stick with it. Just like Usain Bolt, he's shifting his focus to the shorter sprints. With this kind of speed and raw talent, could he be the next big sprinting legend? Let's take a closer look.
We really start to open him up, so let the legs loose and let the kid run. He is absolutely gone. He is Gout of this world.
The parallels between Gout Gout and Bolt extend beyond just their exceptional speed and early success. In a recent episode of the Ready, Set, Go podcast with Rodney Green, Bolt revealed his long-standing aversion to the 400-meter event despite having success in it during his developmental years. The 400 meters, I didn't care about nothing. The fear of the 400, bro, I just didn't want to do it, confessed the 8-time Olympic gold medalist, providing rare insight into the psychological aspects that shaped his legendary career. Let's see what Bolt said.
I've never said this before, bro. The only reason, there's no, oh, I want to be like this guy. I just never want to run the 400 meters. I didn't care about nothing,
the
bro.
fear of the 400 made him the best 100-meter runner in history.
The fear of the 400 meters. I just didn't want to do it. I didn't, like, the 200 is my favorite event, bro. That's what I love. I love my 200 meters.
Yeah.
Loved it. You know what I mean? Because throughout the years, when I started running, I used to run 100 meters, but I was so slow at the blocks, I would never make it through the semifinals.
This revelation from one of track's greatest icons carries significant weight as young athletes like Gout Gout make similar career decisions about which events to pursue at the highest levels of competition. Bolt elaborated on his reasoning, explaining,
I started running the 400 meters because I did that at Boys and Girls Championships in my last year and I won. So I was doing 2-4, but I understand the work that you have to put in for the 400 meters. I was like, nah. So I didn't really have a motivation. I just didn't want to run the 400 meters.
This candid admission from the Jamaican legend highlights the intense training demands of the 400-meter event that even the most gifted athletes sometimes choose to avoid, preferring instead to focus their talents on the pure speed events where recovery times are shorter and training regimens less grueling. Gout Gout's team has already indicated he shares this perspective, with his coach Di Shepherd clarifying that his record-breaking 400-meter performance was just a time trial. He does one of these every year to test his speed endurance. The coach's statement suggests that despite the teenager's exceptional performance, the 400 meters remains merely a training exercise rather than a competitive focus, a strategic decision that mirrors Bolt's own career path. The rigorous training required for 400-meter excellence often involves grueling lactic acid tolerance workouts that many sprinters find particularly punishing, both physically and mentally, creating a significant barrier to entry even for athletes with natural talent at the distance.
Chambers has got off the fly and the Britons come to halt. And look, coming through there is Lyles. And Lyles in the end takes it with some ease.